This kid's about to learn a hard lesson, Officer Grant muttered, stepping out of his cruiser with his chest puffed and hand already on his belt. But little did he know, he was the one about to be taught a lesson he'd never forget. It started on a sunny Saturday morning in a quiet town called Oak Ridge. The streets were calm, birds were chirping, and 13-year-old Marcus Rivers was standing outside a corner store, waiting for his mom. He wasn't doing anything wrong, just holding his little sister's pink backpack, swinging it back and forth as he waited. But to Officer Grant, that didn't matter. One look at Marcus's skin color, one glance at his hoodie, and that was all the excuse he needed. The cruiser screeched to a stop. "Hey, you! Hands where I can see him!" Grant barked, storming toward the teen. Marcus froze. "Sir, I'm just waiting for my mom." Before the boy could finish, Grant had already grabbed his arm and pushed him against the wall. No questions, no explanation, just pure force. Inside the store, Tanya Rivers, Marcus's mom, was scanning the drink aisle. But the moment she heard raised voices outside, her instincts kicked in. She didn't run. She didn't panic. She calmly stepped out, grocery bag in hand, eyes locked on her son being restrained. "Let go of my son," she said, cool and firm. Officer Grant rolled his eyes. "Ma'am, stay back. This is official police business." That's when she reached into her jacket and pulled out a badge. Not just any badge. Homeland Security. Clearance Level 4. She held it up just inches from his face. "Then you just messed with the wrong family. And you're about to learn what real justice feels like." The crowd gasped. Phones were out. The officer's grip loosened. And that's when everything changed. The crowd stood frozen. Phones were pointed. Officer Grant's hand hovered awkwardly in the air, no longer gripping Marcus, but still trembling with power he thought he had. Tanya didn't flinch. She stepped forward, badge still raised, voice still calm. "Officer Grant, I'm Special Agent Tanya Rivers. Homeland Security, Counterterrorism Division. And that boy you just slammed into the wall? He's my son." Grant's face drained of color. "I didn't know." "You didn't care to know," she snapped. "You profiled the child. You didn't ask questions. You didn't check IDs. You just saw a black boy in a hoodie." The store clerk had already come outside. He was just waiting, didn't even go inside. That officer just came out of nowhere and grabbed him. People in the crowd murmured, agreeing, filming. Tanya turned to Marcus. "Are you okay, baby?" He nodded, wide-eyed but brave. "I'm fine, Mom." Then Tanya looked Grant dead in the eyes. "Step away from my son. Now." Grant obeyed, hands up like he was the one being arrested. She turned toward the bystanders. "I'm filing a full report with Internal Affairs. Right now. But before I go, I'd like everyone here to witness something." Tanya pulled out her phone, dialed a number, and held it up on speaker. "Hey, Director Simmons?" "Yes, it's Tanya. I need a favor. One of your officers, Grant, badge number 4127, just unlawfully detained my 13-year-old son in front of a crowd. I'd like him suspended while we investigate." The voice on the other end was loud enough for everyone to hear. "Understood. Grant is off duty as of this moment. We'll take it from here." The officer's radio chirped. Dispatch confirmed it seconds later. "Unit 4127, you are relieved of duty. Return to base immediately." The crowd cheered. Phones zoomed in on Grant as he stood there, humiliated, stripped of power in front of the same people he once intimidated. Marcus leaned over and whispered to his mom, "That was awesome." Tanya smiled. That was justice. But this wasn't over yet, because Tanya had one more move to make, and it was going to make headlines. 2 days later, Tanya walked through the front doors of the police department, not as a mother, but as a federal agent with a mission. She wasn't alone. By her side was Director Simmons, the very man who had ordered Grant's suspension. Behind them were 2 more agents from Internal Affairs, ready with files, forms, and force. The officers in the building straightened up as soon as they saw Tanya. They'd seen the viral video. They'd heard the whispers. Now, the woman in that footage was walking right into their world, and not as a victim, but as someone with the power to clean house. Tanya didn't yell. She didn't need to. She stood in the middle of the squad room, her voice calm but commanding. "Officer Grant isn't the only one under review," she announced. "We've pulled the last year of stop-and-search data. The patterns are disturbing, and we're not here to play games. Heads turned. Some officers looked nervous, others ashamed. Grant sat in a small room, waiting for his disciplinary hearing. He looked like a man who had aged 10 years overnight. When Tanya walked into that room, he stood up quickly, out of fear, not respect. "Agent Rivers," he mumbled, not able to meet her eyes. "Save it," she replied. "I'm not here for your apology. I'm here to make sure what you did never happens to anyone else's child." By the end of the day, Grant's badge was gone. Not just suspended, terminated. And Tanya? She was just getting started. She launched a new department task force, focused on police accountability, training, and community outreach. The mayor backed it. So did the governor. Because Tanya didn't just want justice for Marcus. She wanted change for every kid like him. Weeks later, Tanya was invited to speak at Marcus's school. She told the students, "They might laugh at your voice. They might judge your hoodie, but they don't get to decide your future. You do." Marcus smiled from the front row. He knew his mom wasn't just a hero that day. She was a storm that woke up an entire system. If this story moved you, imagine how many more need to be told. Like, comment, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Tell us, what would you have done in Tanya's shoes? Don't forget to subscribe for more real justice stories, because truth deserves a voice.